Hello, world. Hello, everybody. My name is Dina. This is my channel, Let's Talk Radio. Eventually, it will be a radio station, but for right now, it just has the name. This channel is mainly about just being transparent. We'll be discussing relationships. We'll be discussing cheating. We'll be discussing sex or lack of. We'll be discussing celibacy, anger, self-esteem, narcissism. We have a whole lot of topic in the world, and it's infinity and beyond. There's no end to the topics that we can talk about. But tonight, I'm doing this video to discuss the topic of cheating. Cheating in relationships. Cheating when people cheat just to be greedy. When people cheat just because they have low self-esteem. People cheat because they're bored. People cheat like the men because they want to get another notch on their belt. They want to have a topic to talk about because their minds are not expanded far enough to have worldly topics or talk about love or talk about family. They have to always feel like they need to stroke their ego by talking about how much pussy they got, or, how many broads they knocked down, or sometimes they have a fetish, sometimes they're addicted to sex. When it comes to women and cheating, I find that women cheat for different reasons, totally different from the reasons why men cheat. A woman will cheat because more than likely she's not being satisfied emotionally in her current relationship. As a woman myself, I can only remember that I cheated one time in my entire lifetime. And that was because when I was much younger, in my early 20s, I was dating someone that was in their early 40s, and he was married. His wife lived in another country, but she used to come every summertime, and I used to have to take the back seat, while he spent about 3 weeks with his wife, catching up or whatever the hell they used to do. So there was one time that she came in the summertime, and I decided to go out. And, I looked nice and slim, smell good, look good here, look good, money in my pocket. And so I was feeling like taking revenge because this married man is with his wife, doing whatever, who knows what. So I met this other guy, this Jamaican guy. I was in a Jamaican club. I'm from Jamaica, so most frequently go to Jamaican clubs. And I met this guy, very nice looking. Our conversation was lit, very compatible. And I felt good hooking up with him because I was laying low while my man was with his wife. Anyway, that's my little take on the cheating that I did voluntarily. So, I just want to say this. I don't understand why men can't keep their dicks in their pants, and why a lot of women can't keep their pussy in their pocket or in your pocketbook, a purse, wherever you want to keep it. For a woman, your vagina is your jewel. That is the most sacred part on your body, your vagina. That's the most private part on your body that is supposed to be treasured. That's supposed to be a privilege. Your vagina is something that you are supposed to protect, keep sealed. You're not supposed to have any Dick, Tom, and Harry just running up through in there whenever you feel horny, or you feel like you need money, or you need your bills paid, or whatever the case may be. You're supposed to protect your pussy, keep it in your pants. All right. No, men. I believe that most men cheat because there's probably 1 million women to one man, right? And women are emotional creatures, right? We wear our heart on our sleeves. We fall in love fast. We get attached, especially if the dick is good. If the dick is good, then you're probably just mesmerized and can't keep from feeling the goo feeling, what the hell that feeling was. But you fall in love quick, especially when you have shared your vagina. And for men, it's not the same because there's so many other women that are out there wanting to get a piece of his meat. Now, a woman has a hole, right? We have a vagina. It's a hole. It's a entrance. You go in. Men have a pole, a penis, like, stick here, stick there, stick. That's why to men it doesn't really matter because they have so much options, because women are mushy and women are easy to knock down, as fellows will talk with their peers. Um, so you'll have a man that is in a relationship with his wife or his girlfriend, high school sweetheart, or whatever the case may be. And there's always going to be a ton of other women out there serving as temptation. Women are catty, they're flirtatious. You have women that know that a man is married or have a girlfriend, sometimes even her friend, man, she trying to get with, right? And so women have a way of maliciously flirting with men, sometimes in front of their wife or girlfriend or living whatever. And a man will have to be really committed and disciplined to not be tempted. Temptation is a hell of a fucking drug, right? And you have a man in his relationship, his marriage, that's happy. And here comes this Jezebel of a girl who have no principle, no morals, no respect for his spouse, his wife. And whether she have a motive of, okay, well, she can probably get $1,200 from this guy because she don't want the commitment. He's already taken. The commitment is too much responsibility. And the man don't mind being in his commitment/marriage relationship and go out there and dip and dangle every now and then because it makes him feel like he's getting away with something. It's an adrenaline rush. He already has the responsibility of home to take care of with the wife and probably the kids. So going out there and getting something on the side to him is no big deal, and it makes his ego feel good. Like he's getting away with something, and his wife is probably, sometimes she knows that he's cheating, but she's getting the bills paid. She's probably not working. She's a housewife taking care of the kids. That's her man since they were 5 years old. She decided that she is not giving up her family, not losing the big house, not giving up the luxury of not working. So she let him go ahead and cheat and do whatever he feel like doing. That's the problem. For a woman who is, and I probably sound all over the place because I got a lot on my mind and a lot that I want to say. And the more I do these videos, the more organized I will be with my information. But for right now, I'm just freestyling it. So whatever, fuck it. At the end of the day, a man will only do to you what you allow him to do to you. If you allow yourself to be cheated on, you're going to be cheated on. And I know sometimes it's easier to not ruffle the feathers and start fussing and possibly lose your security of your home that you have with the 2 or 3 car garage, luxury cars, bills being paid, a lot of zeros in the bank. You're comfortable. But, when you put up with bullshit, it is based on your self-esteem. When you have high self-worth and value, you don't allow yourself to be cheated on, regardless of the material benefits that come along with it. Your self-worth is supposed to be so high to where you took vows, you're married, and you are the wife. You're supposed to be the only person that he is sticking his meat into. Whether it get loose or not, you guys are supposed to be in such a committed situation where you go to Starship, go to the sex shop, go buy toys, buy lingerie, go on dates still. Women, you cannot be comfortable in your situation and think that, oh, well, he's mine, so he's not going nowhere. I put it on him every night. I probably give him oral every night because I know he love it, or whatever the case may be. That still don't mean he's not going to go step out. And The minute you find out that he stepped out, don't sweep it under the rug. Get into it. Find out from him, especially where, why, what happened. Where did the relationship take the turn, the detour to where he feels like he needs to start cheating and start stepping out? You could be the most voluptuous, nice shape, big booty, big tits, whatever, straight teeth, whatever the case may be, very attractive, intelligent. That doesn't mean that he's not going to step out and cheat, because I find that men are fucking greedy. Men are greedy. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want to own the whole fucking bakery. That's what I find. And I think it's because women's sometimes self-esteem, morals, principles are so low that they don't mind getting with these men, even though they know that the man is committed, married, and in a relationship. Sometimes, like I said, with their friends. I think the reason why a woman stay, like a married woman, the reason why she stays in that relationship, again, is because she's afraid. She has security. She doesn't want the embarrassment of her family knowing that the husband is cheating on her, because they all came to the wedding with all the flowers and the happiness and doves and the rice being thrown. It's an embarrassment to admit to the family that the husband is cheating. But again, it comes down to self-worth and self-value, self-confidence, low self-esteem. I have never been married, but I have friends that are married and have been married. I have family members that have been married and still are married. And I feel that I've never been married on purpose. God is protecting me, because all this shit and bullshit that I see go on in marriages, and people stay. They stay for the kids. They don't want the kids to know. They don't want to break up mom and dad. They stay because maybe the wife, again, is a homemaker, or she have a little side business and she can't afford to lose half of whatever. Maybe there's no prenuptial agreement. Maybe it's just safer to stay. And so she drinks and she's unhappy and she's depressed, but she plays her role around her husband because, again, she don't want him to leave, because she's afraid of being outside the marriage, which is starting over, getting the husband out of your heart. Again, the embarrassment is a lot of different reasons why women stay. And I don't judge anybody's story, but I do know that you're not supposed to deal with a cheating spouse / husband, even wife. A wife that cheats. You very rarely find a wife that cheats, but when you do find a wife that cheats, she has her valid reason. It could be because she's tempted. It could be because she and her husband no longer have a connection. They don't talk. He come in, he want coochie, he take the coochie, they fall asleep, repeat the pattern, get the kids out the house, whatever. And she's bored. Maybe she doesn't feel like she's being loved anymore. Maybe she feel like he's just dipping in to screw her, fuck her whenever he wants some pussy, right? But there's no relationship. The marriage is boring. They don't go out together anymore. Maybe she have friends that are not married, and she hear her friends talk about how much fun they're having on a dating scene, or things that their boyfriend is doing, taking them on trips, or husband is doing, taking them on trips or whatever. And, maybe a friend introduced her to some male friend, and their personalities click, and they're compatible and they get along. And it's like, oh my gosh, it just happened. No, it don't just happen. You have to put yourself in a position for it to happen. It don't just happen. I hate when people say, oh, it just happened. No, it don't just happen. You make it happen. You allow it to happen. Nothing can happen unless you allow it to happen. And if you're a woman and you feel vulnerable, you feel like you want to cheat on your husband / boyfriend or whatever, don't do it. Because there are terrible consequences. There are consequences that you will always have to deal with. At some point, I hope you would feel dirty that you're cheating on your husband or your boyfriend or somebody you live with, and going back to your husband or your boyfriend or whatever you live with, and you have to have sex with him, and you just cheated and had sex with someone else. How does that feel? That's supposed to feel real dirty. Because remember, you have a hole that the man goes into. And eventually this hole gets wider because it's a muscle, right? It's a muscle. And so for a man going in and out, and then you're going to go home and it's just nasty. So if you feel like you need to part from your situation that you're in, just part from it. If you want to be free, just be free. Sit down, make a decision that it's time to move on now. And I guess there's come a point where the man would say, "You're not going nowhere, you're mine." But then he's still out there cheating, doing whatever he feels like doing. And she'll probably cry and break down and "I love you" and blah, blah. You probably dick her down for that night and then remind her of whose pussy it is and blah, blah, blah. And they stay together, but he's still cheating, and he'll probably transfer some money to her personal account for going shopping or forgive him for cheating or whatever the fuck the case may be. But at the end of the day, cheating is wrong, whether it's by a man or a woman. If you're in a committed relationship, you're not supposed to be cheated. You're not supposed to be greedy. And let's talk to the women that accept being the side piece. Do I have food in my teeth? I thought I saw something green. But yeah, for all of you women that choose to be the side piece, do you know what a side piece is? A side piece is like, okay, say you order steak and mashed potatoes. You're the mashed potatoes. You want to be the mashed potatoes? The mashed potatoes is soft, it's mushy, right? Scoop it up, melt in your mouth, swallow it. No substance. You want to be the side? You want to be the side to the steak who's the main woman? You accept and you're proud being a side piece? What's the benefit of being a side piece? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. What is the benefit of being a side piece? Okay, let's see. Material things. A car note being paid for. Your hair being done. Because most women wear expensive hair now. Sometimes they put hair on that costs $1,200. How, why, I don't know. I will never do it. But yeah, the benefits, material benefits, taking shopping. Maybe you yourself don't want the commitment because being a side piece is easier. Your heart is not involved. You're just getting benefits. And I guess I can understand that, to each his own. But if you're being a side piece with a man that has a wife that you know about, or a woman that lives in the house with him, sleep in the same bed with him, you're wrong and you're nasty. And you deserve every bit of fucking karma that comes to you being a side piece. Being an admitted side piece that you know this man is married and have a wife, and you choose to take the title of a side piece. You idiot? What kind of thing that? You're nasty. And you're gonna get karma. Karma is real. And if you're fucking somebody's husband or boyfriend or whatever, it's gonna come to you. Your punishment will come to you. Right? Women are supposed to love, adore, cherish themselves, treat themselves like queens, see themselves like queens, to be adored, jewels, to be protected, taken care of, respected. But sometimes when I see some things on the internet, like women fighting each other and tearing each other's hair out, and sometimes the man is standing right there, egging them on and making them fight. And these women are fighting, beating the shit out of each other because of this man. All right, let's talk about it. So, all right, from experience, of course, as a woman, when a man penis dick is hard and you touch it, it's a turn on because it's warm, it got heat, and you feel the muscle in it, right? And you can just imagine what it feels like when you put it inside of your vagina. It feels warm, it feels nice. It sends off feelings of, oh my gosh, your mind is being blown. You are hooked, right? So with that scenario in mind, You cheat as a woman because you can remember that feeling when that man, whether he's married or not, or whether he belonged to your best friend, you skanky hoe. Yeah, I said it. If the cap fits, put it on. You have some really skanky hoes out there. There are queens, there are bitches, there are skanky hoes, and there are sluts. The hoes and the sluts are in the same category. And I call it as I see it because I hear stories, I see it on the internet, and I've heard from people, even myself in the past. I was that side piece. I can't say I was that skanky, slutty hoe. No. I dealt with situations because I was young and naive and dumb and didn't know much about how much I should cherish and adore myself. So back to the meat now. When the meat is hot and it got that muscle in it, and you hold it in your hand, and whether you want to slurp on it, suck on it, or put it inside of you real quick, after it goes inside of you, and you have that experience, and you guys moan and sink your fingernails into his back, and he flip you over and slap your ass, and whatever case may be, doggy style, and all you can do while you're driving home is get chills of how great it was, how it felt. And so all the morals, all the principles, all your scruples blows out the window while you're driving home and the window's down. Because that's all you could do is feel that tingle. And now the fact that this man is married or with your best friend, it don't even matter because that feeling will never leave you. That feeling will never feel you. When you get dicked down or made love to the right way, it stays with you as a woman. So I guess that's a way to justify. I wouldn't say justify. That's an excuse to use to be a side piece or know that he's married and still decide to stay with messing around with him. You'll even feel like you want to get revenge and go to the man's house. Why are you going to the man's house to disturb his peace and his life when you both have an agreement that you are the side piece? If you are side piece, stay to the side and get your little money. Where I got the people them house for go tell the wife say you and him involved and it not gonna matter because I must stay with him wife. What you a do? What is the purpose? To make yourself feel good? To make yourself feel like you're not a side piece when you accept say you is a side piece. You're gonna ring the man doorbell when him live with him wife or him girlfriend or even your best friend. You wanna make your best friend know say it's not all about her because he is dicking you down too. Right? That make you feel good? You're breaking up a long life friendship with your girlfriend because you decide to sleep with our man and our husband. Because him just pay a car note and it's raining outside and it's cold and it's wintertime and you want him in your bed. That's not going to benefit anybody really. That mostly is going to hurt the living wife or the girlfriend. You're being selfish when you do stuff like that. I don't promote, believe in, no credit to cheating. Cheating is a very manipulative, horrible thing to do. You have some men that's actually knocking down their homeboy's wife. Like, what the fuck? I think it's in this day and time, the rules and bylaws of relationships are just so fucked up. You have men that are sleeping with their homies, girl or wife, and they dap them up. What's up, homie? We good. They meet up. They go out to the club, pick up other women while he's knocking down his homie's wife. Maybe again because somehow him and the homie's wife got connected, conversation. They have chemistry. And they say, oh, it just happened. Again, it don't just fucking happen. You make it happen. Nothing just happened. You're greedy. You're shady. And karma's going to bite you in your ass. If I'm talking to you and right now you sleeping with your homeboy woman, you're a dog. You is a dog and you're going to get your karma. That's supposed to be untouched territory. You're not supposed to be sleeping with your homeboy wife. And let me guess. So your ego is stroked because you're sleeping with your homie's wife and your homie don't know. So it gives you some kind of an adrenaline rush because you're getting over on your homeboy. Supposed to be your homie. You guys grew up together, went to high school together, went to public school together, and you're knocking down his wife. And you're smiling in his face, going for drinks with him. And you're supposed to be a friend, a brother. Huh? That's not a mistake. That's something that's done intentionally. How are you gonna say that's a mistake? It just happened. No, it don't just happen. So you came over one day to see if your homeboy was home, and she answered the phone, and she had on some short shorts, and you gave her that look, and she gave you back that look, and she offered you some lemonade, and you guys sat in the backyard drinking lemonade, and she asked you if you want a drink, and you say yes. You take some Hennessy or whatever the hell you want to drink, alcoholic, right? And you say you get tipsy, and she give herself a drink too, and you both get tipsy. And you decide to go inside and listen to some music, or she decided to show you some family pictures of when your homeboy was younger. And you're sitting down on the settee on the couch together. And one thing led to the other, and it just happened. And she feels bad because when her husband or boyfriend or whatever comes home, she just finished having sex with his homie. She's feeling guilty, but she doesn't know how to deal with it, right? Because she's a skank at this point, because she went and gave up your stuff, the stuff, right? And on top of that, what she just did earlier, she'll go ahead and take a shower and sleep with you. Because she can't make it seem like, unless you're going to say she's on her period, which that's an excuse that a lot of women use. Let me see, have I used that excuse? I think I've used that excuse when I was younger. Because I don't want to sleep with the guy. I'm on my cycle. It's easy. Right? But yeah, if you're sleeping with your homie's wife, you're trifling. You're a dog. You're nasty. And you need to stop. I find that if you're in a relationship, and again, if I sound like I'm all over the place, I don't mind. I just, it's my first video in a long time. I'm just going to spit it all out. I didn't write nothing down. I'm just freestyling what I'm talking about. Okay? All right. So you find yourself in a relationship. All right. Sex is great. She gets pregnant, right? All right. She gets pregnant. You're happy that she's pregnant. Both of you don't have no kids. She's giving you your first child and all of that. She's going to be a mother for the first time. And then she starts to, get plump. Her breast starts to hold milk for nursing. Her stomach, of course, starts to grow because the baby's growing in there. All parts of her body's growing. Her nose is growing. Her chin is growing. Everything is growing. Her feet are swelling up. And to you, you're still out there working, carrying on day to day, and you're seeing other slim, slender women, and your mind just starts to wander, right? Because your girlfriend or wife that's pregnant is not as attractive anymore, unless you are extremely attracted to pregnant women, because a lot of men are. So by the time she's like 7 months pregnant, you find that you don't even feel like sleeping with her anymore because you don't find her attractive. And she's probably very miserable because, hello, she's carrying a fucking human in her belly. There's a human being growing in her belly. So that's going to take that woman through some transitions. She's going to be a bitch at times because her hormones are racing all over the place. She's emotional. She's crying. She's craving certain foods, and she has to have it, or she'll try to kill you if you don't get it for her. That hormonal craving is something serious. All right, so fine. You may go out there, flirt just to make yourself feel like a man, have a conversation with another woman, but you don't cheat. And I give you props for that. 9 months comes, she have the baby. She have the baby. Beautiful little baby girl, or beautiful, handsome little baby boy. And you both celebrate being parents, and you're happy, and the honeymoon phase of seeing the baby and goo goo gaga over the baby. And then she starts to go through postpartum. Postpartum depression is another thing where really serious. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can tell about it. Come go look it up. I can only tell you my words of postpartum. Post means is after. Post means after. And it's after a woman delivers her baby. And of course, again, hormones are just all over the place, wacky. She's going to be emotional. She's going to be miserable. She's going to be insecure. A lot of her days are going to be dark days because, again, she just pushed a human out her pussy. That doesn't give you a reason to go cheat. That doesn't give you a fucking reason to go cheat. She just pushed a human being out of her vagina. She's going to go through some things. Now, let me look up postpartum depression. So, all right. Postpartum depression. What is postpartum depression? Let's see. Major all right, so let's see, accept that. That's not what I'm looking for. Get out of here. Give me a second here. I'm not finding what I'm looking for, but I'm going to find it in a minute. I don't want the symptoms. All right. So postpartum depression. Here's what it says on this article here. It says your body and mind go through many changes during and after pregnancy. Duh, we just talked about that, right? So if you feel empty, emotionless, or sad all or most of the time for longer than 2 weeks during and after pregnancy, you need to reach out for help, first of all. If you feel like you don't love or care for your baby, that's also another symptom that a lot of women go through. And in cases like that, they need support. I knocked something down. It's a bottle of wine. I didn't open it yet, but it's not broken. So let me pick it up. See, it's not open. Anyway, I have some of that later. So yeah. So when a woman is going through pregnancy and after pregnancy, she's going to need support because she's going to be dealing with a lot of postpartum depression symptoms. All right. Now let's see. Postpartum means the time after childbirth. Most women get the baby blues or feel sad or empty within a few days or after giving birth. For many women, the baby blues go away in 3 to 5 days. If your baby blues don't go away or you feel sad, hopeless, or empty for longer than 2 weeks, you may have postpartum depression, right? So it is a feeling of hopelessness or you feel empty after childbirth. And it's not a regular or expected part of being a mother, right? Because when you have a mother, when you're being a mother for the first time, it's supposed to be an mind-blowing experience, a beautiful experience because you just brought a baby, a human into this world. Your life will never be the same. So it has all kinds of emotional and psychological effects, right? But information is key. So if you know that some of these are the symptoms that you will be experiencing after giving birth, that way, then you could prepare for it, right? And you need support. But sometimes a lot of women don't have that support. So they become psychotic. They become an emotional mess. And that man don't want to stick around. He's tired. He's dealt with 9 months of her being a miserable bitch, being pregnant, growing a human being that's going to be pushed from her pussy. Right? So both individuals, the man and the woman, need to be mentally ready for that whole pregnancy, pushing out of baby, becoming parents. It's a discussion. It's something that you guys need to talk about. Don't just go juk, 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 juk. Get the feeling of that, the orgasms, and then you do a pregnancy test and she's pregnant, right? It's a huge responsibility to have sex. So let's go back to the cheating. All right. So she had the baby and she's dealing with postpartum depression. You are supposed to be supportive. You're part of the reason why she's dealing with postpartum depression. She just pushed out your baby from her pussy. Anyway, so postpartum depression, this ring light is hot. I'm sweating. This ring light is really hot. Woo! Postpartum depression is a serious mental health illness that involves the brain and affects your behavior and physical health. If you have depression, then sad, flat, or empty feelings don't go away and can interfere with your day-to-day life. You might feel unconnected to your baby, as I mentioned before, as a lot of women do, as if you're not the baby's mother, or you might not love or care for the baby during postpartum. These feelings can be mild to severe depending on your body, your chemistry, your build up and all that stuff. All right. Depression is a common problem after pregnancy because, again, do I need to say it again? You just pushed a human through your pussy. So you're gonna have some downtime. You're gonna have some depression. You're gonna have some dark times. A lot of women that have support from her family, his family, that's great. And especially great if she has high self-regard for herself, high self-esteem. That will help. So you go and you cheat because she's no longer attractive. She's certainly not appearing beautiful because she's crying a lot. Her belly is saggy now. It has stretch marks. There's stretch marks on the hips. There's stretch marks everywhere. The titties are not yours no more because they now belong to the baby, right? Because she's going to breastfeed. Her breasts are developing milk. That's what happens to a woman's body when she gets impregnated. The hormones being crazy is because they're doing different things to attach to different parts of the body to prepare for caring for this baby. So she has to produce the milk in her titties. It's the most healthiest form of food that you can give to the baby. Whatever the mom puts in, the nutrition that comes from her goes in her titties in the milk to the baby that you just helped her to create. So you are supposed to be supportive. You're not supposed to want to go out there and, leave her crying, depressed and shit with the baby sucking on her titties while you putting on your cologne, kiss her on the forehead, no longer on the lips, you kiss her on the forehead, tell her you're going out with the boys because you need a break. You need a fucking break. What do you need a break for? Did you just push a baby through your penis? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if men, like how we have leap year or daylight saving times? I lost a fingernail. Suppose every 4 years or so, mandatory men were the ones that got pregnant. Can you imagine what it would be like if a man had to carry this human that we make together in his stomach? Can you imagine what it would be like for a man to... I'm not even talking in my mic. I don't even know if this mic is on. I hope it is. Can you imagine what it would be like if a man had to push a baby through his penis? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the walls of your penis expanding, and you're feeling contractions in your balls? Can you imagine if the penis channel had to open for the baby to travel through your long dick. Can you imagine? And you're feeling contractions in your nuts. Imagine if you had to feel contractions in your nuts. If I had the power, I would set it to where every 4 years, only men get pregnant. And then we'll see. Then we will see. We will be able to see you guys deal with what women deal with through the pregnancy for the 9 months, nursing the baby. It's not just milk that comes in the breast. The breast gets so full with milk, they feel like they will explode. The woman has to pump the milk out of her breast. You are supposed to be there to set up the fucking pump, put it on her right titty, squeeze out the milk, then put it on the left titty and squeeze out the milk. But instead of helping and showing support, excuse me, you get dressed and you put on your cologne and you look all dapper and thing, and you tell her, you ask her how you look, and she say you look nice, and you kiss her upon the forehead, and you gone out the road and flirt and get new girl number because you are ready now for something else. Because first of all, our pum pum can't get no joke for at least 6 weeks, I think. When a woman push out the baby, her pum pum is not pretty anymore. First of all, it stretch out. It's gonna be bleeding for a long time. It's not attractive, right? But those are all facts that you need to know before you get involved with someone that you feel like you want to have a baby with. So you go on now with your homeboys to go out there and find somebody new that you can stick your dick in and possibly even get pregnant again. And a lot of men do that. They repeat that cycle. They don't stick with the woman after she's had the baby. They actually abandon her. There's a lot of women that are abandoned after having a child. I can say I was one of those women. My first son's father was never really there. Never really there. We used to have sex. We met in a club and we used to just have sex. The sex was really good. Anyway, I wanted to be pregnant at a certain age, and it was during that time I got pregnant. It was the most amazing news that I could have ever gotten that day, because I was ready and I wanted to have my first child at age 24, and I did. And the father wasn't there. He wasn't supportive. At the time when I met him, I think he had maybe 4 or 5 other kids. He was a hoe. Mm-hmm. And he had one of them big, long, fat dicks. Big and long and thick. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think he was the first guy that gave me oral sex, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, I didn't know what was I didn't know what the fuck to do. I did not know what to do. I was climbing the walls. He was good. Great personality. Laughing all the time. Anyway, long story short, he wasn't there after my postpartum depression. He wasn't there. He wasn't there at all. He wasn't there. He wasn't even in town. And so I didn't have the support from him, but I had the support from my mom and my sisters and my immediate family. So I had that support. But I did go through postpartum depression. So I didn't get to experience a lot of what women are experiencing now because the guy was never really there. So it's not like he cheated on me because I was going through postpartum. He was never fucking there. But I can speak on what I'm speaking on because I know that postpartum exists, and I know that a lot of men find it easier to go out there and get a new pussy that's not stretched out and bloody. A lot of men intentionally go out there because he feels that he's not able to access his pussy that he put a stamp on. He justifies it by saying, well, okay, she's not well down there. So while she's healing up down there and feeding the baby on her titty, I'll just go out there and she don't have to know. She's not going to know. She's never going to know. I'm just going to make it just happen and just say it just happened. That's wrong. And a lot of people wonder why there are certain things happening in their lives. It's because of karma. It's because of karma. And I can say this. It's a lot. You have to make sure that you have the right partner that you're sleeping with. So that if you happen to get pregnant, planned or not planned, he's going to stick around. He's going to be there. He's not going to cheat on you when your pussy's stretched out because you just had his baby. He may love and adore you and the baby, but I feel that men are greedy. All right? Men are greedy, and they feel like part of being a man is being able to cheat and fuck whichever pussy they want, knock down any woman they want when they feel like. That's not right. Men, you are not entitled to fuck around and do whatever the fuck you feel like when you feel like doing it. And even though I think it's wrong for when women go out and bust up car windows and go to the job and act a fool and take a baseball bat and lick out him car window them and cut up him shoes them and him sneakers and burn up him clothes. I don't support that type of behavior, but I can understand why women destroy material things because they know they cannot hurt the guy because he's a guy. He's big, probably bigger than her or whatever. She knows that she has to have a reaction. So damaging his clothes, he ain't gonna say nothing too much because it's just material things that he can replace. And in her heart, even while she's damaging his things, she knows that she's gonna forgive him. And he can buy new shoes, buy a new car, or insurance will take care of it, or whatever. Cheating is not right. Whether you're a man or woman, don't cheat on your spouse. If you love and adore someone, I need some water. A second, let me get some water. Let me get some water. Me have some water. You have to drink your water. Me have to drink your water. You have to drink your water. Drink your water, okay? All right. That was good. Excuse me. I felt no shame in burping just now. Because we have to burp. And I just had to release that air bubble. So now I'm going to put on back my glasses. And, I have on these fake eyelashes, so I can't push it back too far, but, far enough. I was talking about postpartum, right? I think I had finished. Yeah, let's get off of postpartum. It happens. And if you get a girl pregnant, you need to be there. Support her. When she's going through postpartum depression, which is automatic after having a baby, some women deal with it different than some. Some women become psychotic. You need to be supportive. You don't go out there and cheat because she's going through depression. Depression. Anyway, now let's look at why men cheat. And then we're going to look at why women cheat. Besides being greedy, again, I think men cheat because they feel like they're entitled to because they're a man is part of what men do. And a lot of cultures, the grandfather, the father, he cheated. There are 7 of you in the family. 7 of you, and dad always cheated. So you're just doing what you think is second nature because dad did it and mom stayed. Mom washed the clothes. Mom took care of the house. Mom took everybody to church, but she never left. She stayed. And dad was slick with it. He brought home all the goods, the money, and everything. And everybody was taken care of, and mom stayed. So here comes your boyfriend now, a cheater. He saw dad do it. So in his mind, he really feels that it's okay. And a lot of women allow men to cheat, again, for the million reasons that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. But you have to know your self-worth. Women cheat and men cheat. Let's look at some of the reasons the internet says men cheat. All right. Cheaters. Let's see. Why men cheat? I don't think I'll be finding the right articles. Men reveal the big reasons why they cheat. This is an article by Susan Hayes. Give me just a second here. All right. People cheat. It's a fact of life. Perhaps they always have and they always will. Men cheat. Women cheat. Hell, if I'm being 100% honest, I have cheated. And I told you my cheating story, right? But cheating is not only being with someone else. Cheating can be through a text. Cheating can be the way you look at somebody. Cheating is not only physical. Cheating has different levels, different subtypes of cheating. A thought can be cheating. You could think about somebody in a sexual way and you're fucking cheating because that thought is not about the person that you're with, it's about somebody else. All right. Also, what it says, but here I am now at 43 years old, having been on the other side of the cheat one too many times, wondering why the hell a man who is happily coupled, or so he appears on social media, would cheat. It says here, I know there are many possible reasons and many different scenarios, but still I couldn't help but wonder what would men say in their own words is behind their cheating. So this person, let's see, this person says, out of boredom, after years with a single person, a change is refreshing from the nagging. The nagging? That's funny. I think I cheated because she loved me too much that it came to the point that I didn't have to chase her anymore. She was always there, and that made it very easy for me to take her for granted. Well, that was honest, and he got bored. Did he say she loved him too much? Yeah, he said that out of boredom because she loved him too much. And that's also very sad because when a woman falls in love, when I have my window open, I think I need to close my window. I like to feel a cold air, but it's drying out my throat because not only do I smoke, but I vape. I vape and I smoke. And I smoke the weed pen. This is a THC pen. It doesn't make you high and slow you down. It makes you motivated. And this one is called Pure Leaf, PURLYF Delta 10. And it's THC. It's really nice. So I'm abusing my throat by smoking the vape, smoking the weed pen, and smoking cigarettes. But the cigarettes are, what you call it? I forgot the cigarettes I smoke. Fuck it. Why fight it? Just get it right. I smoke these. American Spirits. Can't really see because of the damn light. American Spirits. Can't really see it because of the oh, there we go. American Spirits. So yeah, I smoke American Spirits. All right, so back to the next man and why he cheated. So this one says feeling undervalued. Rich, he's 42. He says, in the last year of the relationship, I felt that nothing was enough, that my girlfriend was always mad at me because God knows what. She ignored my messages, calls, and even when we hung out, she was always looking at her phone. So I started to feel like I wasn't enough. There's another scenario, and there are so many scenarios because these are two excuses so far, two reasons, justifications that a man has given for cheating. He feels that he's not of value anymore in the relationship, right? He says she was always mad about something or the other. The fact that he could say something or the other means he doesn't care enough. If you care enough, you would find out why she's mad, right? And try to fix it. Being in a relationship as a mature adult is not picnic business. It's not dolly house. It's a real situation where you are to be investing your time, your personality, your character, your values, your feelings. Huh? Being in a relationship is an investment mainly of your time, your mind, your brain. He says she ignored his messages, his calls, and even when they hung out, she was busy on her phone. That means she was like the first guy that said he cheated because he's bored, because now she's bored. And he went and cheated because she's bored. And he felt as if he wasn't of value. It's just too easy for people to make excuses as to why they cheat. All right. So if you don't feel valued anymore and you want to feel valued, sit her down and have a nice, mature conversation and get the fuck out the relationship. You don't have to go cheat. Where you create a situation where even though she's ignoring your stupid ass and she looking at her phone and she's always mad, she will want to cut a bitch that you messing with. You're going to go cheat on her with somebody, and although you claim she treat you bad and ignore you, she will come after you and cut a bitch that you're dating. You're trying to cheat on her with. Then she's going to catch a case because you were not emotionally strong enough to break up with her because you're bored. And now we have a case number in the local jail. And you probably have to bail her out for cutting that bitch. The bitch you cheating on her with. Or the one you tried to cheat on her with. Huh? Just be emotionally mature enough to sit someone down and say, look, it's not working out. Even if you want to say it's not you, it's me. You know, the common cliche. It's not you, it's me. That's the easiest way to release someone, to make them feel like it's not them. They did everything that they're supposed to do, but it's you, right? Take the blame, bow out, go about your business. Go about your business, though, and don't go whoring down the place. Don't go dicking down every Mary, Sue, and Karen. Go get to know yourself. Peel off another layer of yourself. Become better. Become a better human being. Have more respect for yourself. Huh? Be a man. Being a man is respecting a woman. If you have a mother and you love your mother, you are to respect women. Even if you don't, if your mother is not still physically in your life, you are to respect a woman because we are divine. We are to be respected. We go through childbirth. We deal with a lot more emotional traumas growing up in our childhood years. You know, and I understand that, like, okay, let's first take a look at the third guy and what he said. All right, so that's okay. Action, attraction, and inevitably, inevitably. So attraction and inevitably. He says, one of my best friends at the workplace constantly asked me how things were going, laughed at everything I said, and was constantly attempting to touch me. Of course, I noticed that she was interested in me. The truth is that I was also attracted to her. So the unavoidable happened at a work party. We started a dance and we kissed several times. Naturally, I was confused the next day and I felt awful too. But I didn't regret it either. Things happened for a reason, and I took the only obvious decision and ended things with my girlfriend. Ultimately, I cheated because I felt better with the other person. And there goes. I just explained it earlier that, people cheat because they find other people that they're compatible with. And their relationship that they're in, they're not content, they're not satisfied, men and women. Having a mental connection with someone is the bomb.com. You hear me? When you are mentally connected to somebody, that is a turn on. You don't even need sex. When you're mentally connected to somebody, you can have an orgasm when you're mentally connected to somebody. When your minds are alike, when your minds are intertwined, your minds work together, you finish each other's sentences, you're like the opposite of each other. No, you're like the male person that they are, and vice versa, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, but anyway, mental connection is nice. So this guy says that he was mentally connected with the person from work, a work party. See, it can happen at work. It could be the neighbor. All right. So this one says an ego boost. So the reason I am going to share might seem dumb, but one of the reasons I've cheated before is to see if I still had it. See if you still had it. All right. What I mean is, could I still talk to someone new and get their number and go all the way? Sometimes you lose that spark and want to meet someone new to see if you are still up for it. Now, I'm reading why men cheat. So if you as a man feel like you need to remind yourself that you still got it going on and that's why you're going to cheat, that's a lame, poor fucking excuse. That's a lame excuse for an ego boost. Can't you boost your ego without cheating? That's not an excuse to boost your ego to see if you still got it. If you have self-confidence in yourself, you work out, you go to the gym, you eat right, you drink your shakes, you drink your protein or whatever. You look in the mirror and you see someone that's acceptable to your own eyes. You don't need an ego stroke to go cheat on your girlfriend to remind yourself, because that's all selfish. Remind yourself that you still got it for an ego stroke. Give me a fucking break. Anyway, one more, that's it. What does it say? Mismatched libido. So he says, I've cheated on my wife several times and even had a mistress for several years. My wife can take or leave sex and she loves me. But my wife can take or leave sex and she loves me. But she is not physical and has a very low sex drive. She says she wants me if I ask her, but doesn't demonstrate it physically. There's something about another person wanting you so much and desiring you that you will risk so much for just the thrill and excitement of quenching that desire. Sometimes it borders on addiction, but that need to be desirable and valued physically is important to many men. But that need to be desired and valued physically is important to many men. Yeah, I would say that. Okay, so if a man is feeling ignored in a relationship, sort of like a piece of all of the scenarios that I've read, he wants to know that he's desirable. He wants you to stroke his ego. If he goes to the barber regularly, offer to cut his hair. Go on YouTube, take a haircutting course, learn how to cut his hair, connect with him, shave his mustache without, nipping him, because that's where a lot of trust comes in. Men will, put women through tests where they have them shave their head if they're bald, or shave their goatee or their mustache, as a level of trust. If she nip you, or if that blade make you bleed, then the trust is a question. There's a question of trust between the two of you. That's just one way to make your man feel appreciated. You know, when you know that he's worked 8 or 16 hours or whatever, coming off a flight or coming off the road, set a bath. If you have a hot tub jacuzzi, even better. Put up some fucking candles. It don't even have to be expensive candles. Just put up some, light one candle, you know, aroma therapeutic candle, right? Light some sage, set the tub, chill a nice bottle of wine, preferably one that he likes. Put something mild in the oven to nibble on, or main meal, you know, lay out some lingerie. Women, you can't, listen, let me tell you something. You cannot get comfortable all right, I'm done with why men cheat. I'm gonna talk about some few things, and then I think I already hit on why women cheat. Women don't cheat a lot. We don't cheat a lot. And when we cheat is because we're all fucked up. We're trying to get revenge, or you have some women now where their mindset is different. Those are the skanky hoes. Let's just face it. There's some skanky hoes out there in women's bodies. Okay. They don't give a fuck. They use their body as, ooh, they're nasty. So I need to use the bathroom. So excuse me, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about women, why you shouldn't get comfortable. Don't get too comfortable in your relationship. No matter how much he loves you, no matter how much you love him, no matter how long you've been together, don't get too comfortable, especially in a marriage. A marriage is sacred. A marriage is work. I've never been married though, but I've heard and seen a lot, did a little bit of research. Marriage is work. Marriage is a union where you become one in front of your friends and family and God. I need more water, yo. My throat. That was my throat exercise. Anyway, so when you get married, of course, the man has chosen you. You put on your white gown, walk down the aisle. Dun, 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 dun. I do. I, such and such, take these such and such to be for the rest of my life. Right? Okay. Honeymoon phase. You guys are going off into your la la land of the honeymoon and happiness, and wearing the same color shirt, wearing the same outfit. And then it happens. You'll get bored. You get tired of each other. Can you imagine sleeping with the same person for 5, 10, 15, 20 years? The man seeing the same pussy. The woman seeing the same dick. All that time. Y'all gotta keep it spicy. You have to keep it spicy. It's work. You don't just sign the piece of paper, take the vows, and get comfortable. Women, you still have to wear your lingerie. I have to get some more water. I'll be back. Okay. So it's cold as hell outside, but I got the window open because I like the cold air. The heat is on, and I got the window open, and I got this hot ass light on me so that my face could show up. You know, the ring light. The ring light is hot. Anyway, so you put in an Altoid. Maybe I should get some tea. But yeah, you don't just get married and get comfortable. Mm-mm. You don't just get comfortable. Women, you have to remain that sexy person that he fell in love with, that he wanted to take as his wife. And I say sexy, I mean attractive. You still have to keep yourself attractive, or else he's going to stray. If he don't stray physically, mentally, visually, he's going to be looking all over the place. You have a responsibility to keep yourselves attracted to each other. You don't just get married, put on a lot of weight, and lay up in the bed with your legs open for him to come and juk, 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 and think that that's being a wife. No. You have a responsibility as a wife. You have a responsibility to maintain the household as a wife should. Cook the meals. Ladies, if you marry a man that can cook, you married a king. You married a man that can cook. If he can cook, that's a plus. But either way, you are to buy your lingerie. You are to lay sexy with your ass up in the air when he comes through the door. You are to get his slippers. Put the slippers at the front door. Meet him at the car with his favorite drink. You know, you can take his truck or his car to the car wash, to the detail place, get it detailed for him. If you know he loves a certain perfume or a certain body spray that you have, wear it. Don't wear it all the time, but wear it. You have to remain alluring. You have a responsibility to remain alluring. You don't just get married and get boring. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video because there's going to be a part 2 of the cheating topic. And I have been sitting here for how long? Let's see. An hour and 12 minutes. Girl, you go, girl. You did an hour and 12 minutes. All right, so let's talk about the name of my platform, Let's Talk Radio. I've always wanted a radio station where I'm the host, my radio show. It's been a long time dream of mine. I will eventually have a radio show if I don't jump over it to the next step of something that I want to do. I will be doing podcasts of different types. I will be doing live videos. I want my platform to be like a community where you will feel comfortable and transparent and able to let your hair down. I'll share stories with you, share situations with you. I will be teaching you basic things that you should know as a woman. Men, I'll be, giving my little 2 cents about things that you should know about women as well, things that we like, things we don't like, things that you're not doing that you should be doing, things that you're not doing that you could be doing. And so we're going to laugh, we're going to cry. My Facebook page is Let's Talk Radio. And if I haven't already put the information down in my description, which I don't think I did, but I will. It is called Let's Talk Radio on Facebook So go follow that on Facebook. You can't really see it, but it's Let's Talk Radio 5, number 5. On Facebook, it's Let's Talk Radio number 5. So follow that page because I'll be going live from there sometimes, but I'm going to mainly try to build and boost my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing all different kinds of things. I do have services on my Facebook page. And that is going to be, let me just pull it up really quick here. Let me pull up my page over here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So let me get on the page here. Oh, I didn't want to create a story. Go back. Go back. Jesus Christ. All right. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about my page. Let's Talk Radio number 5 on Facebook. I have 2 services. I offer, the first one is one-on-one talk session for 30 minutes. If you want to talk to me, I am like an open book. I'm very transparent. I'm very honest. I'm very tactful. I will tell you the truth. I will uplift you, give you ideas. And that is the one-on-one 30-minute sessions. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. And so if you have a private matter that you would like to discuss with a mutual listener, who would be myself, I will listen and give you my organic opinion. I am not a board certified therapist, yet I am a life coach by nature. I do not judge others, and I'm an expert listener because listening is very important. Listening is key, okay? I will give you 30 minutes of talk time each for the above listed price, which is $30 or more. Payment can be made via Cash App or Zelle. And no, it's actually $60. $60 for 30 minutes of private talk time. You can talk to me. I'll listen. Sometimes you just want a mutual person to listen to. I'll be that person. We could talk about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Look at me. Whatever you want to talk about. Okay? And then the other service that I offer is called emotional attunement. And that is, wait a minute. I want you to know what emotional attunement is. Emotional attunement is the state of recognizing, understanding, and engaging with someone's emotional state, pretty much. So where my service comes in is where, you'll have couples that are disconnected from each other. They're not connected. They're just together. You see them out having dinner and they're not talking. They're just looking around or on their phone. That's horrible. You should be connected to your spouse. Y'all supposed to be best friends. Anyway, the service for emotional attunement liaison, that's who I will be. This is a service for couples that are disconnected from each other after years of being together. It is really challenging to maintain a healthy romantic relationship when you have to manage children, bills, work, and basic life surprises. I'll be the between person, the neutral person that assists couples to reconnect. The initial first meeting will be a 1-hour consultation to discuss the areas of need. And we will then schedule the follow-up meeting with an action plan, rates based on need, okay? So the price for this is $150. And again, it fluctuates based on the situation and need. And that service is called Emotional Attunement Liaison. That's who I will be. So I have that service, and I also have the one-on-one talk session for 30 minutes at a time because I want to give everybody a chance to call in. I will have a new phone number, the phone number that's on my Facebook page. I don't have that number anymore. I'm getting some new services added for my business, and that's going to happen on next Wednesday. So pretty soon you guys will have a number that you can call in. I'd like you to please go and follow that page, Let's Talk Radio number 5, because I'll be going live over there. And also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel, Let's Talk Radio. And lots of great things to come. I will be your ear. I will be your friend. I will be your sister. Just somebody that you can know that's always going to be here to uplift and encourage and motivate you. If you, I'm sorry, if you have a situation that you're dealing with that you just don't know what to do and you need a neutral, organic, transparent person, I will be that person. Okay. So what else? What else am I going to touch on? That's it for right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Radio. I am your host, Dina. And again, we have lots more to come. And let me just share my way out here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do it again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Yay. You're so silly. All right. See you next time. Stay blessed.